Welcome back to All or Nothing Professional Wrestling's Rundown. I'm the X-Man, Drew Shannon, as always, TV's Mike Edwards. Guys, last week we took a look at the first 4 categories for this year's annual AON Awards.
We did X. Last week we looked at the OMG, or Oh My God moment, Tag Team of the Year, Match of the Year, and the first annual Rundown Award, which is your baby.
All about me. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's always
I'm the only one
about you.
smart enough to come up with it. Especially out of this crew. And this week, of course, we look at Tag Match of the Year, Breakout Star of the Year, Feud of the Year, and the big one, Wrestler of the Year.
That's a biggie.
That is a biggie. Plus, we're going to also preview the card for Final Passage this Saturday at the Pascarella Center in downtown J-Town. And all the ramifications from last night in Altoona, guys. Yes. The Blair County Convention Center. Unbelievable.
Especially 2 out of the 3 owners apparently fighting each other. It's pure chaos here in the AON.
Well, we know how that one's going to turn out, don't we?
Yeah.
We'll get to the picks in a bit. When we come back, it's time for Tag Team Match of the Year.
Drew said you need a shower.
Not as bad as you.
I did shower last week.
So do you want to experience all of the action, all of the mayhem, all of the awesomeness that is AON Professional Wrestling live in your area? Well, here's what you do. Call 814-942-1122 or send us an email at aonrundown@gotimepromotions.com. That's 814-942-1122 or email us at aonrundown@gotimepromotions.com. We'll come to your area and we'll make it a night you'll never forget.
If you like the action you see on the AON Rundown, then don't miss the hottest show in town. All or Nothing Professional Wrestling Live.
The Cool Crowd versus the Psychotic Assassins. With the Cool Crowd beginning to fall apart at the time, it was a bit of a shock that they pulled out the win over the Psychotic Assassins at Truth Hurts. However, this match shows 2 teams who haven't gotten an ounce of quit in their bodies, more so than any other that we've seen this year. The Red River Rebels versus No Child Left Behind. In a tag team championship match at Aftermath, Big John McGraw found the first man in AON able to match power with him in the Man-Child. But even with the fans behind No Child Left Behind, the Rebels managed to retain their titles once again in this classic match. The Hassel Brothers versus the Thugs. The returning Hassel Brothers battled Thugs Unlimited in a great matchup in Altoona. And though the recently reunited brothers were on an unstoppable run at the time, Thugs pulled a fast one to pick up the win by DQ. The Ghost Army versus the Cartel. Carnage in the Field was the stage for one of the most brutal contests ever seen in AON between the Cartel, Israel Sharif Kapoor and Adam Nostikoff, and the defending champions, the Ghost Army. Ladders, chairs, cookie sheets, guitars, everything but the kitchen sink became a weapon in this brawl. Project 13 versus the Cartel. Barely sneaking into the time frame for 2010's awards, Shane Malice and Zach Rain took on Bam Bam and Colin Blair at End of Story, which turned out to be a terrific tag match between the 4 fast-paced athletes who share nothing in common more than their hatred for each other.
All or Nothing Wrestling would like to take this time to thank our sponsors for their continued support.
Now, here in the AON, we combine Rookie of the Year with great wrestlers who have stepped up their game and really made an impact in the AON in 2010. Every one of these men deserve an award, but only one will receive the coveted title of 2010 Breakout Star of the Year.
Marcus the Nomad Cage, who took a huge leap in 2010, stepping out of the shell of his former self and AON's ambassador to mixed martial arts, and setting out on a quest to prove that professional wrestling is inferior to MMA. After a rocky start last year, Adam Nostikov turned things around and stepped into the spotlight when he formed a cartel with Israel Sharif Fakour. The foreign duo fought opposition from Kes Edison and through some questionable means became AON Tag Team Champions in a matter of months. Colin Blair's year was a monumental improvement from 2009, largely in part to winning the Thunder Cup tournament. However, no matter where he aligned his efforts, his natural athleticism remained undeniable.
Why am I going to win Breakout Star 2010? I think my 2010 speaks for itself. A lot of things went right for me in 2010. Thunder Cup, I made it to the championship. Did I win? No, of course I didn't win. Colin Blair won. But I can hang my head high, knowing what I accomplished to get to the championship, who I beat. Adam Nostikov, Randall Fairway, ISP, who I beat in 5 seconds, thank you. Then at War for Territory 3, I win the television title from C4. Some friend he was. But yeah, 2010, Justin, the rising star, breakout star.
Justin Starr, the rising star of AON, who proved without a doubt that his nickname was more than just a play on words. The youngest and least clothed 814 champion in history, a 2010 Thunder Cup finalist, and now a man set out to prove that this award is his namesake. The man-child, who will be done pissed off if he does not win this award, and rightfully so. It was under the tutelage of Marcus Cage where man-child began to take flight here in AON, and then upon severing the ties, he rallied with the Psychotic Assassins, more specifically Ryan Fear, to become the youngest AON champion ever.
Let me tell you why Marcus the Nomad Cage is going to win Breakout Star of the Year this year. I mean, why wouldn't I? After all, this year was the year of the ambassador of MMA. It's when I started training MMA, it's when I started proving to the world how much better it is than pro wrestling. And that's when I started terrorizing everyone. Heck, I probably basically made Man-Child what he is. He was just a little kid with no self-control whatsoever, and I molded him, and now he's tag champion. He should have been tag champions with me, but that's another story. But I'm going to be Breakout Star of the Year.
Now there are many, many feuds that happen throughout the course of a year here at AON. Every time you turn around, somebody's got a problem with someone else. Sometimes it ends in a match or two, sometimes it takes months, years, or what feels like an eternity. I think we have just about every one of those covered this year. Not just... The Hassel Brothers, Eric and Jeremy, for their epic rivalry that spanned more than a year, climaxing in 2010 until Jeremy was outed from the Empire and finally got his head back on straight.
Jeremy Hassel, man. Just putting the boots.
Israel St. Patrick and Kes Edison. This feud started boiling from the moment Kes came into the scene in AON and went all the way to war for territory, with ISP winning a brutal street fight, then immediately got fired by Kess. Two men who hate Black Lightning. Two men who have never beaten Sherrod Hall. Two men who desperately wanted Bam Bam's PA Heavyweight Championship. A formula for some incredible action and a series of great matches for the fans. When Project 13 came onto the scene, their first target seemed to be Psycho Fusion, who just wanted his best friend back. But Randall was not interested in returning, and thus began Psycho's fight for survival against Project 13.
Looking for a great way to raise money for your group or organization? All or Nothing Professional Wrestling can work with you and your group to put on an entertaining, family-friendly show to raise the money you need. Scout troops, sports boosters, youth groups, nonprofit groups, school organizations, and more can benefit from a fundraising event with All or Nothing Professional Wrestling. For more information, call 814-942-1122. That's 814-942-1122 or email rundown@aonwrestling.com. Let AON help you with your next fundraiser.
Now, last night at Extermination in Altoona, some big things went down, and I mean big. You guys were decently accurate in your picks, so let's do it again this week. Up first, Israel Sharif Fakor against Ryan Fear against C4.
Edwards.
Well, the one thing we do know is last year, ISP and C4, huge rivalry for a good portion of the year. ISP has never beat Ryan Fear. And C4 and Ryan Fear just had that big match last time, so he might be looking to step up and beat C4 after the little beating he gave him all over the convention center.
Well, yeah, that is possible. Of course, ISP and C4, former members of the Flood City Militia. Ryan Fear, no affiliation whatsoever. ISP knows C4 and what he can do, and vice versa. C4 knows ISP. Nobody really knows about Ryan Fear. The guy's unpredictable, so I'm gonna have to take Ryan Fear in this.
It's interesting too that C4 is now a member of the Empire where ISP used to be. It's kind of like he's following in the footsteps, or trying to, of ISP. I still think, I have to agree, I think Fear's going to be the wild card. He's too unpredictable, he's too wild. Even in a triple threat match like this, numbers game really isn't going to come into play. I think Fear's got it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was it.
You guys forget that C4 and Ryan Fear wrestled at Thunder Cup in a hardcore match? You guys forget that? Remember what happened there? Okay.
Oh, hey, look.
Next up, Red River Rebels teaming with Bam Bam Hassel, taking on the Hassel brothers and Marcus Cage. 6-man tag team action at Extermination. Gentlemen.
Well, I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to give it to the Rebels. And I just... These guys are animals. They're monsters. And Edwards.
The Hassel brothers have been apart for such a long time. Yes, they got back together. Yes, they are brothers.
Eric's injured.
Yeah, and the Rebels are cousins. But the thing about it is, the Rebels have been wrestling as a tag team regularly for the past, I don't know, umpteen years. I mean, come on, how can you not get? Plus, Bam Bam Hassel knows his brothers better than anybody else in the AON. How can you not go with that tandem? Or that...
Basically, you pretty much have a handicap match here then.
More or less, yeah.
Eric has the hurt knee. Well,
I'm giving it to the Rebels and Bam Bam.
I'll give it to the Rebels and Bam too.
I'd have to.
Sorry, Hassels.
And I love Eric and Jeremy.
What about
like brothers?
What about Man-Child and Nomad? Are they gonna get back together or what? What's the story with that?
I think he should get back with the Nomad. He was a good role model for the kid.
A good role model?
He was an excellent role model.
He was smacking the guy around all the time. He was belittling him. He was berating him. Don't hit me.
Tough love. He understands it. I can't believe I'm actually saying that.
I don't know.
Shane Malice takes on Coma Clayton. That's right.
Stop it.
Sorry. I played a lot.
Coma's had his heart broken by C4 turning on. Well, it's Coma's own fault for threatening to stab the guy in the middle of the wrestling ring.
And he called his mom a lousy cook.
Exactly, see?
What is he saying? You drinking the Kool-Aid?
I'm just going by what I'm just being a broadcast journalist. That's what I heard.
It's Shane all the way.
Shane, be prepared to slip into it, because Coma Clayton is an angry individual. He's going to take his frustrations out on anybody, okay, including you.
Huh.
So, Coma Clayton.
NJ Syndicate.
OG, the Humpkin versus the Kamikaze Kid.
NJ Syndicate, guys.
I can't wait till that
Moving on.
Gets a hold of you.
Coma's tough.
When did you become the voice of reason around here?
I don't know. NJ Syndicate.
Since you became
fresh
a
off
jerk.
his no contest win over Zach Rain against Black Lightning for the AON TV Championship.
Seriously? I mean, is that even a match? Black Lightning. He's Mr. ABC 23. He's Mr. Electric.
You're just upset because NJ Syndicate beat your boy for the #1 contendership, aren't you?
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Zach Rain's no longer the #1 contender, and now NJ Syndicate gets a shot at the AON TV title. NJ is, I've said it before and I'll say it again, he's hungry, he's on fire. Ever since leaving the Empire, we've seen a different NJ Syndicate. This kid is hungry and he wants a title, and he's going to get it this Saturday in J-Town.
Black Lightning.
Now, as we saw yesterday, AC Norway tried to make nice. Then we saw his true colors.
Did you see what he did to that kid? The innocent little girl.
But Kes Edison came out and took it as advantage, his ability to pick stipulations for the match. He chose falls count anywhere in the building.
You can pin him right on our table.
With the power of ownership influence on the line. Kind of like a power in the bank, if you will. Mike, explain that to the AON Galaxy.
The gist of it is this. If Kes Edison wins, he gets to make a decision with AC Norway's 2%. One decision, anything he wants. Same as vice versa. If AC Norway wins, he gets that 49% for one decision. So, and they can move it at any time. Whatever decision they want it to be.
That's huge.
That is huge, and I'm sorry, I gotta root for your boy Kes. I mean, it's strange as it is for me to say, Kes Edison, well, let's face it, he went toe-to-toe with ISP. He may have lost, but he got the upper hand and fired him, okay? Kes gets a hold of that power. He can do anything he wants. God only knows what he'll do. But I'm sure it might be a little bit better than having AC have that power. Because if AC had that power, he'd shut the run down. We'd all be fired.
No.
Well, you'd be fired. I'd be demoted somehow.
You'd be cleaning toilets.
You'd be scrubbing the scowl on the pirate ship again. Me,
Well,
Hardy.
that's possible.
Arr.
I have to go with... I'm going Kes. He's got the experience in the ring.
Really? Are ya?
Really?
Let's just face it, that AC Norway's power hungry right now. He's so upset that he only got 2% of his father's company. Hey, I'd be upset too if I only got 2% of something my dad had started. But at the same time, I think Kes is more power hungry. Like you said, he went toe-to-toe with ISP at War for Territory in an amazing match. He got put through a table and still walked out of that match to fire Israel St. Patrick.
Barely.
Now Israel Sharif Fakor. Plus, well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he'll have the project training. Who would know better, ISP better, or that team better than who he's got back in a month?
No.
Come on now. They've had some major fights in the past
That they
several
have.
months. Plus, I mean, if Kess doesn't win, they can pretty much kidnap any one of us.
We're in deep trouble if AC Norway wins. So Kess, for all of us here on the Rundown and everyone in the AON,
Please kick his ASS. I kept it clean.
what he said. Moving on.
Don't we have footage from Cass Edison?
I believe we do, don't we?
Of course we do.
Roll it.
You know, AC, I'm in here on a Sunday working because that's what I do. I don't sit at home in my mansion and play games and whatever else that you do. I'm in here working, and I'm on my computer here, and I see that on Facebook, on the AON forums, you're saying, whoa, we're not going to fight. Cass Edison and I are going to talk this out. Blah, blah. That tells me one thing. You're scared. I've been in the ring. The only time you've been in the ring is chasing your lackeys around, your Israel Sharif Fakors and your Bam Bam Hassels. Not me. I don't hide behind anybody, because you know what? This Saturday, it's you and me. I'm going to make you look uglier than you already are. Kind of like that moose. Right?
And in the main event, Pennsylvania heavyweight champion Randall Fairway is giving Justin Starr a shot at the PA title. Last time Starr got a shot, gentlemen, was against ISP. He got driven through steel chairs for his trouble. I'm smelling upset.
Well, this isn't the first time that Starr and Randall have faced off. And it was at that time Randall won the 814 heavyweight championship, now the TV title. I think Justin Starr is going to try to get a method of revenge, and let's just hope that Cass Edison isn't going to guest referee this match either.
True.
I think this rising star is going to be Shooting Star. He didn't win the title from ISP. He lost the 814 title to Randall. I think the results are going to be just the same. Randall all the way.
Didn't you start the Stargazers on Facebook? What happened? Did you take that page down now?
I took over.
How did I get kicked out of it?
Because you're Project 13 synthesizer.
Sympathizer.
Oh, we'll be right back. If you like the action you see on the AON Rundown, then don't miss the hottest show in town. All or Nothing Professional Wrestling Live. The Big Enchilada, the king of them all, the king of kings, the granddaddy of them all.
Jesus?
No!
Oh.
The 2010 Wrestler of the Year.
Oh.
Every award we have on the docket is important, but this award says, you know what? You did a heck of a job all year, and you stand out among all your peers.
This bud's for you.
Why, thank you. I didn't realize I was up for this award.
Not you.
Not you. You'd be dud of the year. Black Lightning is always electrifying to watch. This member of the Empire had one of the best years of his entire wrestling career, capped off with winning the AON Television Championship in October. C4 captured the hearts and voices of just about every AON fan in existence in the past year. After winning the 814 championship from Randall Fairway in July, the all-natural C4 became the youngest AON singles champion at the time. Israel Sharif Fakor, love him or hate him, was the top dog in AON for the first 6 months of 2010. How can you doubt the talent of the 2009 Wrestler of the Year? It's possibly the hands-on favorite to win in 2010. Coming into 2010 as the reigning Thunder Cup champion, he captured the AON Pennsylvania Heavyweight Championship under a year later. Will the Japanadian Dragon continue to follow in ISP's footsteps by winning Wrestler of the Year? Randall Fairway became the first two-time 814 champion in AON, captured the Pennsylvania Heavyweight Championship while still 814 champion, and opened up his own dentistry offices all in the span of 12 months. A resume that speaks for itself. Sherrod Hall, responsible for the purple haze that has taken the AON by storm. Sherrod found himself a huge following and was undoubtedly a force to be reckoned with throughout the year. Psycho Fusion, who made it to the finals of the Thunder Cup tournament, carved himself a spot among the top athletes in all of AON wrestling in 2010, and will most likely remain there for a long, long time.
It's your Sultan of Satellite TV, Captain of Cable, Mr. AON, Mr. ABC 23, Mr. Nobody in the AON can beat me. And you ask me, why again is Lightning here talking? I guess they want to know why I feel like I should be voted Wrestler of the Year. It's not that I think I should be Wrestler of the Year. I am Wrestler of the Year. Look at me. I have talent, out of this world talent. I'm the best wrestler that this place has ever seen. I've beaten all the big names. Whoever you think you are, you haven't beaten me. 2010, Hate the World Tour. What can I say about it? I'm sorry if your name was on that list, but 2011, I'll be your Wrestler of the Year. On and on and on. Can somebody get me a drink?
I cannot wait for this Saturday. The AON Awards live at the Pascarella Center in downtown Johnstown. Doors opening at 5:30. The award show will start promptly at 6, and we are taping that for the rundown.
That we are.
And then followed by War for Territory worthy card in Final Passage starting at 7.
It's going to be a huge, huge card, X, and I for one, can't wait to see it. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be great.
I can't wait to see Cass Edison put Mr. 2% KFC Norway in his place.
That snot-nosed little punk, I swear, after what I'm still angry over what he pulled on that little kid in the middle of the ring.
It's okay, Drew.
Last night.
Drew.
It's ridiculous.
Drew!
Comes out with a present, disappoints the child. I just... Kes, obliterate this man, okay? Please.
Drew.
Well, that was kind of funny.
Kes will take care of him.
What do you mean it was kind of funny?
You're funny.
Everybody's funny now.
What, watch a little kid cry? You're a sick man.
Randall Fairway makes kids cry. Remember State College?
How could I forget? My
Old
debut.
Bell Horse.
That's always a good time.
That was your debut. That was a
Yes,
fun
it
night.
was.
Anyhow, we'll find out this Saturday night at the Pascarella Center, downtown J-Town. All the excitement starts at 5:30. Well, the doors open at 5. All the excitement starts at 6.
That's right. Get with it.
All right, join us here next week, 11:30 a.m. We will have the results for you from last night's extermination at the Blair County Convention Center. What a show that was.
It was a show. It was a great show.
We'll have that right here for you on ABC. Be sure to come out and check out a heck of a great time, the family-friendly atmosphere that is all or nothing professional wrestling.
Remember, it's family friendly, so watch your mouth.
Yes, I didn't say it, I spelled it.
Good.
HE double hockey sticks. Amen for AON, and our new set might be done next week.
Let's see how long it takes for you to break this
What
one.
if I gave you a kiss?
I would throw up.
I
Amen
believe-
for AON, Mike.
I'm out.